Anyway, hello, Internet. My name is Swordmaster. Welcome back to one of the best vlogs, and it's been a while. Sorry for the wait, sorry for the delay, but hey, let's get back into it because daylight savings, and I can actually see you guys for once. Yay! Any hoozles? What shall we talk about today? I don't know. How about we talk about Final Fantasy? Because you know what? As fun as Kingdom Hearts is, it does have other home topics to lead into. Like, for instance, Final Fantasy games. Now, just to have a little story time for a minute, so sit down, chidlers, and we will get talking. The first Final Fantasy game that I ever played, or at least had like major experience with, was Crisis Core. That was the one that I had a lot of experience with, and it just like blew my little mind, my little 15-year-old mind. And so then after that, I like looked at my PlayStation 2, and I'm like, I could go get games! And so I got Final Fantasy X, and holy crap, that game was beautiful. I am an emotionless sociopath, and that game made me cry. It was touching, and it was this beautiful story about religion, faith, sacrifice, laugh, and you know, being that helpless romantic that I am. It was a delightful experience. And then moving on, then I finally learned and discovered the entirety that is Final Fantasy VII. And well, after Crisis Core, which again was my first experience with it, I was blown away, because it's just like, oh my gosh, this is the rest of the story. And then yes, I did watch Advent Children, and I loved it. I still haven't poked around Final Fantasy VIII because I can't take that game seriously because I have way too many inside jokes with Snoop Wall over there. I mean, first of all, I call him Cupcake, so I just can't take that game seriously. And then I poked around a little bit with Final Fantasy IX, which was great. And after seeing and then I learned a little bit about 6. And after seeing all these great Final Fantasy games, I was like, man, this series is awesome! So I picked up Final Fantasy 13, you know, 13 being one of my favorite numbers, and Final Fantasy being pretty good in my mind. Yeah. And then it just was, wow. Well, at first I was distracted and tried to convince myself it was a good game. It was pretty, it had a great soundtrack. The characters at least look nice, even if some of their dialogue made me sick to my stomach. But hey, that didn't matter. And then out of fun and a curiosity, because I was only a little bit into it, I picked up Final Fantasy 13 too. Only I got a used copy of it, and it was only $10. And on the inside, there was a little note that said, "Kill it with fire." I had no idea what that meant at the time. Anyway, yeah, so that was terrible. And I think it's still sitting on my game shelf. I have yet to actually physically destroy it, but I should probably do that soon. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my experience with the Final Fantasy games. I haven't poked around 14 or anything with the Realm Reborn. I played one of their mobile games, Dungeon Keepers. So through that, I've experienced a little bit of just like Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VI. Suplex the Train, which is awesome, and that stuff. And it was a lot of fun. So anyway, that's my experience with it. What do you guys think? What have you experienced with the Final Fantasy games? And hey, it's the wonderful month of November. Stuff happens in this month. Let's keep that going. I don't know. Have a beautiful day, my duckies. It's Swordmaster signing out.